Hello, ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here with an update video of sorts. It's been a little while. I've been doing live streams. I haven't had regular content going up on the channel for the past couple of weeks, and I just kind of wanted to fill everyone in on why, and hopefully it will be fixed very soon. I'm in the process of learning, and we'll get into that as we get to that. So first off, I hope everyone had a happy holiday season, happy New Year, all of that jazz. The reason why I'm having weird updates is because of my holiday season. So, I was gifted by my wonderful wife a new capture card. Gato HD 60 Pro. The PCI capture. Because I prefer the PCI rather than the USB, because at max I've got USB 2.0, which, let's face it, not going to cut for recording good quality stuff. So she got me this, and it is a huge leap above what I had been using, which I have actually in this package, because I'm keeping it just, for shits and giggles. But the old capture card I used, for those of you who didn't know, is AverMedia card. This is AverMedia AverTV Capture HD. Not the highest quality card. Not the most. It's one of those things, like with most tech components, you get what you pay for. It was a good card. It has served me very well. But the HD 60 Pro should serve me better. And that's the whole point of this. So, installed it, tried recording, got a couple of videos recorded with it, noticed that there were some issues. There was stuttering, there was frame drops, there was issues that I had not experienced with the older card. And I don't use any of the cards like native software recording. I use OBS, which is a little more flexible, and with that flexibility offers some issues. But I hadn't noticed any of these problems with the lower-end card, so I was wondering why the higher-end card would be having this trouble. Well, the problem is Elgato stopped supporting Windows 7 a long time ago, which was the OS that I was using. I felt no need to upgrade to Windows 8 because nothing good came from Windows 8, and then I opted to not upgrade to Windows 10 when it launched, because I don't trust Microsoft OSs at launch. I don't. I mean, they've given me no reason to. But they stopped updating at driver version 2.0, and they were on 3.6. So there had been numerous updates, but there was a huge gap in when they had stopped, and that driver was the issue. The older driver was just not capable of making the hardware work the way it really needed to with the hardware I have. All of the fixes I saw say, oh, you just need to upgrade. And well, upgrading to anything higher killed OBS support. I could get it to work in its native program on Windows 7, but it would not work for OBS. I could not find a way to get it to work for OBS, upgrading past 2.0. So, it was either live with the frame stutters, go back to the old card, or upgrade to Windows 10, which I did. I upgraded to Windows 10, fixed all of the recording problems. And this took a couple of days to do because my version of Windows 7 had been borked. I love that you can buy a retail CD. I had a CD copy of Windows 7, and it never worked on a fresh install. I would always have to do something else to get something to work. Typically Windows updates. Windows updates on that, it was just borked. But anyway, finally upgraded to Windows 10, recording issues gone. It was recording perfectly, it was recording smoothly, it was recording OBS and its native program, everything. Everything I wanted it to do, it was doing. And I'd noticed that, I have a lot more customization with this card, because with this card, I could do things that the AverTV card couldn't. I can adjust a lot of the picture quality in ways that I hadn't been able to before. I was really excited about that. And then I go to edit a video. My video editor doesn't work because it's Windows 10. Because the video editor that I had been using was VideoPad video editor from NCH Software. And the version I had been using was designed specifically for Windows 7 or below. It was, I mean, I picked it up I've been using VideoPad for several years now. And VideoPad's not the best video editor, but it did everything I needed to do. It did, interesting scene transitions, it did video overlays, I could do text overlay, it did all of the things that I typically do. I don't add a ton of fancy, weird edits. So it worked, but it didn't work. It was not compatible with Windows 10. I could get it to run in compatibility mode, but none of the plugins would work. So none of the things that I actually used it for, like the scene transitions, the video overlay, I could not get any of that to work. So looked into it. I could upgrade to the newest version of VideoPad. I looked into that, and it was not worth it. It really wasn't. Mostly for me because I had picked up a copy of Movie Studio 13 on Steam during one of the sales. And it's a fantastic video editor, but it's very complicated. It's much more complicated than, say, VideoPad. It's literally like jumping up from like Sony Vegas from Windows Movie Maker, that type of jump. And so since I'd already bought the license to use this, I figured, and Movie Studio 13 and the update to VideoPad they're basically the same layout. It was designed to be very similar because everything wants to emulate the more mainstream editing programs. So it's like its layout's the exact same. I'd have to learn the same learning curve. Might as well use it for the program that I've currently got versus buying another program again. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. Is I've been learning the editing style, how to use this new software, because the last thing I want to do is have a great recording and screw it up in the editing process because I'm not familiar with the video editor, or have something mess up as I'm editing it and post it online. I've done that too many times in the past to really feel comfortable just jumping into that. So that's why there hasn't been a lot of updates. It's because I had problems recording, and then once I fixed the recording, I've had problems editing because I have to learn a new editor from scratch. And like I said, I've had VideoPad for years. I've learned the in and outs of it pretty well, and at least that one it's so out of date that I'm basically learning a new program regardless of what I do. So it's basically like starting over. Which it actually kind of is, because as of right now, I'm using none of what I was using a couple of years ago when I was able to first start the HD videos. I'm not using any of the same recording programs, any of the same editing programs, any of the same hardware, nothing. I have everything has been upgraded. So I'm taking this opportunity to say everything's upgraded. We're going to start new, gonna learn everything from scratch, do what I can to make the best possible content. So, like I said, the streaming hadn't really been affected because, for whatever reason, the stream never had the same stuttering issues, but I also used a different version of OBS. I used OBS Studio to record, and I used classic OBS to stream. That way I don't have to worry about too many multiple profiles and hardware setups and configurations. I could just have one for streaming, one for recording, which is kind of probably going to have to go by the wayside now because they've stopped dealing with original OBS. So anyway, that's something I'm going to worry about later. So sitting here with a laser pointer. Sorry, I'm very tired. We're suffering from winter apocalypse outside. We're very much snowed in. But I wanted to give this video as an update so people knew what was going on, why you weren't seeing stuff, why you were seeing just the streams, or what was going on with things like why haven't there been any Dust uploads or Shining Force uploads or anything else for that matter, other than the live stream. So, like I said, I wanted to do this to tell everyone what is going on. It should hopefully be fixed. I've spent the last couple of days reading tutorials, watching videos, and practicing with this new editor to where I think I've got the basics done. And with this new program, really, the Sony Movie Studio has so many options. It really is like a step down from Sony Vegas, and not even a large step in terms of all of the crap you can throw at it. I can throw out some really interesting effects now, and start adding like dubstep and whatnot to my video. No, that's not happening. No, but I have a ton more options for editing now. So start expecting to see some weird stuff start cropping in to the videos just because I can do it now. But like I said, I just wanted to give everyone a heads up as to what was going on, why you weren't seeing it, and hopefully everything will get back to regular schedule as quickly as possible. I'm hoping to have regular uploads start going back up in the next couple of days. So I just want to make sure I've got a hang on this as best as I can, to not start throwing out, because my first video that I edited, I don't know what happened, but I had the video, the game audio, game audio completely fine, my commentary on another track, and somehow it got skewed to where my commentary extended for like 3 minutes past the video. I don't know what happened. It was all synced up at one point. And that's the type of thing that I want to avoid doing. So, yeah, that's it. Like I said, next couple of days, hopefully, everything should return to its normal broadcast schedule. Until then, thank you for being patient with the fact that there haven't been a lot of uploads, and that I'm trying to stay active on Twitter and tweet out random things so that people know what's going on. So follow me there to get like up to the minute updates when I remember that I have Twitter. So yeah, thank you all for continuing to support the channel, even though there hasn't been much the last couple of days. I do apologize for that, but the goal is to start the new year off with bang. So I will see you very soon. Till then, later everyone.